It's going to be man versus machine in today's video. I've got a song that I've mixed and mastered already, but I wanted to go back in time and put my mix through Izotope's Ozone 9, specifically their master assistant. This is something that can actually master your song for you, similar to a lot of these other services out there. I'm going to do that in today's video. I'm going to shoot out my master versus there, and we're going to find out for sure, once and for all, is machine better than man? Are we there yet? I'm not sure, but I'll let you know that and a whole lot more in this video. Are you ready? Let's go. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy 5-Piece producer and engineer extraordinaire. Thank you for checking out today's video, and if you haven't already, please hit the bell and subscribe button down below so you can stay tuned for more helpful videos. I drop something new every single week, usually focused on recording, mixing, mastering, production, and even how to find money and make more money with your music. If you want to help with those things, definitely subscribe to the channel so I can help you with that. But in today's video, I'm actually pulling up Izotope's Ozone 9, and we're going to actually fire it up and run it on a mix that I've finished. I've already mastered this as well, but I'm going to be running my final mix through this and then comparing the two. Does Izotope Ozone's mastering assistant, does it do a better job than I do? What are the differences between my decisions and its? And how can we kind of bridge the gap between man and machine when it comes to mastering your own music? We're going to figure that all out, but first let's just open up this session and show you what I got going on. You're probably going to recognize this from some of my previous videos. It's a song I have coming out called Can't Hang With Us by myself, featuring Everything Ocean. I'm going to play the first part, and this will actually be my mastered version. I'll play that so you can hear what it sounds like in its final state, and then I'll go back in time. I'll undo the mastering that I have, and I'll just run my current mix through Izotope Ozone and walk you through how that works and how that's going to look like. All right, so let's do that. Let me just play the first part here. Check this out.
Get my paper up. I don't need them, no sir. They can't hang with us. I know what's involved. You can tell you don't think you know it all, but you got a long way to go. You just want what you don't have. Now think about what you do. Spend so much time focused on it instead of thinking about your next move. Let me think about my next move. I gotta do what I gotta do. On everything I put it all on that. I got plans I'm trying to execute. Take a risk while you still in your stew, cause you know that this isn't for you. Doing nothing yet, put it all on that. You gotta switch if you wanna show and prove. I know what's involved. They ain't got no goals. When they on they lonesome, they just hate on us. While I'm stacking up, get my paper up. I don't need them, no sir. They can't hang with us. I know what's involved. They ain't got no goals. When they on they lonesome, they just hate on us. While I'm stacking up, get my paper up. I don't need them, no sir. They can't hang with us.
You get the idea, right? You hear the song, mastered, loud, all that stuff. And if you really want, let me just throw my meter plugin on here and just play a little section. We can kind of get an idea of where it is in terms of loudness. And then we'll use that as the benchmark to compare to Izotope and what it can do, all right? So let me play this, check this out.
I gotta do what I gotta do. On everything I put it all on that. I got plans I'm trying to execute. Take a risk while you still in your stew, cause you know that this isn't for you. Doing nothing yet, put it all on that. You gotta switch if you wanna show and prove. I know what's...
So it's pretty loud, right? We're roughly at about -8 LUFS. Pretty loud, right? Streaming services, they're going to take that and they're going to make it about -14 on Spotify and somewhere comparable on Apple Music and other platforms. But nonetheless, we're not going to get into all that. You just need to know that that's how loud I've mastered this record, okay? So now let me actually open up the final mix and you'll see real quick, it's a significantly quieter track. Right here it is. So I'll just play that same sort of section.
Let me think about my next move. I gotta do what I gotta do. On everything I put it all on that. I got plans I'm trying to execute.
So this is roughly where the streaming services are going to bring the volume down to about -14, sometimes as Low is minus 15, minus 16, just depends on the section. It's obviously not a static level the whole time. It's sort of changing and alternating, but you get the point. So this final mix, we're now going to run through Izotope Ozone's Master Assistant, okay? So I have Izotope Ozone open here, and you can just press this Master Assistant tab, and it's very interesting. You really just dial in a couple of settings, you tell it what you want, and then it's going to listen to the record, and then it's going to make those choices for you. And of course, you can make some further adjustments on your own, but this is just a real cool way to get a starting point. Or maybe if you have no idea what you're doing when it comes to mastering, this could be the ticket for you. Kind of comparable to like those services like Lander and stuff like that, right? Where you can upload your song and it'll master it for you. Same sort of concept, except you're able to do it in real time and then make some additional tweaks as you please, right? So it's got your modules here. You're going to choose either a modern or a vintage sound. In my case, I want a modern sound. This is a very modern kind of track with the elements and all that. It's going to ask about the loudness and EQ. You can actually pull up a reference and load that up. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this manually. And you could choose the intensity, like how loud do you want it? How intense do you want the EQ moves to be? And to be honest, I actually like to go high a lot of the times just to see what it does because it'll really exaggerate. But in this case, let's just do medium. So it's just right in the middle ground of both. And it's going to ask you, what's the final destination? Where is the song going to end up? In my case, it's going to end up on streaming, on Spotify, on Apple Music. That's how people are consuming music now. But you could absolutely choose the CD format and, you know, it'll do something a little bit differently tailored to that. So I'm going to press next. So now it's going to ask us to just play our audio. I'm going to go to a section somewhere around the verse where it's significantly louder and play from there. And we'll just watch what it does. So when it's all done, it's kind of walked you through the steps of what it's doing, right? Piece by piece, it's analyzing the audio, it's setting the EQ, it's analyzing the dynamic range, etc. You can kind of read it and see. And it's going to just ask you to accept. Once you press that, it's going to show you what it did. And I find it typically pulls up these same modules, the EQ, the dynamic EQ, and the maximizer. The dynamics gets opened, but I find that it's rarely using it if you have a pretty loud mix already. So, you know, for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to delete that because it's not even in. But the equalizer here, the first EQ, you can see they're actually scooping out a little bit of the lows with a low shelf, about 75 hertz and below. It's going to be adding a little bit of about 1800 here, just a tiny little gain there, 0.4 dB. And then on the high end, it's adding about 0.9 dB at 15, almost 16K. So very subtle moves, right? The dynamic EQ, it's actually taking out certain problem spots at different areas, and these are only going to dip out when they become too overwhelming in the mix. And then the maximizer is actually driving the level up by about minus 4.2. So I'm going to play this real quick, and let's just see what this actually sounds like, and I'll do it on that verse section again, and I'll just A-B with and without Izotope.
I know what's involved. You can tell you don't think you know it all, but you got a long way to go. You just want what you don't have, not thinking about what you do. Spend so much time focused on it instead of thinking about your next move. Like me is thinking about my next move. I gotta do what I gotta do. On everything I put it all on that. I got plans I'm trying to execute.
It's definitely like louder. It's definitely doing some mastering stuff, the stuff that I would expect it to do. Whether or not I like it is up for debate, you know? Like, it definitely sounds tighter and a little bit more compressed, or maybe maximized because it's being limited basically through that maximizer. So I'm going to play it again, but I want to actually pay attention now to the meter and see what levels is it hitting. And then what I'll do from there is shoot it out with my master, and we'll talk about the differences between what each of them is doing, right? So let's check this out. This is Izotope, and we're paying attention to the metering and seeing what level is it hitting.
I know what's involved. You can tell you don't think you know it all, but you got a long way to go. You just want what you don't have, not thinking about what you do. Spend so much time focused on it instead of thinking about your next move. Like me is thinking about my next move. I gotta do what I gotta do. On everything I put it all on that. I got plans I'm trying to execute. Take a risk while you still you stew.
So it's actually still pretty quiet, relatively speaking, right? Because you saw my master, it's really hitting. It's really loud, right? I've made it loud on purpose. That's sort of the vibe I was going for. It's about minus 8 dB, or at least minus 8 on the LUFS scale, right? Whereas this is about minus 12, maybe as high as minus 11, maybe. But typically around minus 12. So there's a 4 dB difference, realistically speaking, between those two levels. And they're going to lead to a huge difference in results, right? So just to play this and then mine and shoot them out, you'll see.
I know what's involved. You can tell you don't think you know it all, but you got a long way to go. You just want what you don't have, not think about what you do. Spend so much time focused on it instead of thinking about your next move. Let me think about my next move. I gotta do what I gotta do. On everything I put it all on that. I got plans I'm trying to execute. Take a risk while you still used to, cause you know that this isn't for you. Doing nothing yet, put it all on that. You gotta switch if you wanna show and prove. I know what's involved. They ain't got no goals. When they on that, they just hate on us. While I'm stacking up, get my paper up. I don't need them, no sir. They can't hang with us. I know what's involved. Got no goals. When they on they lonesome, they just hate on us. While I'm stacking up, get my paper up. Need them, no sir. They can't hang with us.
You could tell, huge volume difference, but let's just sort of take that off of the table for a second and let's evaluate the difference between each of these versions, right? Mine, once again, is loud. It's being slammed. It's really compressed. It's really limited. You kind of look at it. It looks like, a little bit of an audio sausage, right? Which is not the craziest thing these days. A lot of tracks are looking like this because they're really slamming them and squashing them and getting the volume out of them, right? And that's kind of what I did here, and that just felt appropriate for me. If I could do it again, if I could do it differently, probably, I'd probably do it a little bit differently for sure. But I'm sort of in a place where when I do something and I'm done with it, I'm done with it. And I'm going to take the lessons and apply it to the next thing. Now, what I did on this track was a lot of different stuff in terms of mastering. I'm using different plugins. I didn't use Izotope. I might have used the maximizer on its own, in addition to other things from other plugin bundles like UAD and Cytomic and all that stuff, FabFilter. But on mine, it's definitely louder because it is being limited more. And that's why you're getting like that hit of the drums. The drums is really up front. Everything is really, really up front in your face. Whereas the Izotope Master is actually a lot more dynamic, right? There's actually some more dynamics. You can sort of feel it a little bit more. There's some more movement there. And whether or not that's better or worse is sort of up to you and your interpretation, if that's something you want, right? In my case, I still definitely prefer my master. I'm probably biased, you know what I mean? But I do think it's interesting to see what this Izotope Ozone 9 can do. What I like to do now, because I've been playing with this a bit, and to be honest, I didn't have access to this, I think, when I first initially mastered this song, is I like to use this as almost a starting point. So I'll throw it on my master, and then I'll see what it does, and I'll try to take notes on why it's doing what it's doing, especially in the dynamic EQ side of things, because it might be taking out specific frequencies or pockets that are problematic. So like if I play this, I can actually hear what it's taking away and be mindful of that, and then figure out how to reverse engineer that. Maybe I go into my individual stems and take out that frequency if it is too domineering, if it's clogging things up too much or whatever, right? So let's just hear what this is doing. So this is the first frequency.
I know what's involved.
Right, so it's taking out 295 hertz, some of that low mid muddiness, right? Especially in the vocals. Let's hear this one. This is about 685. So some of that ringing, right? You get some of that ringing from the synth and the vocal together. Let's look at this one, 4,000 hertz. That harsh sibilance kind of vibe, right? That makes sense. And then up here, we're looking at about 12,000, almost 13,000. So maybe, it felt like it had just too much high-end presence, which could be interpreted as harsh on the ears or just harder to listen to. So it's just taming that a little bit. And this is a dynamic EQ. It's not totally getting rid of it the entire time. It's only getting rid of those frequencies when they're too problematic. So even sometimes what I'll do is I'll put this on and I'll actually remove everything except for the dynamic EQ and then maybe use the maximizer or something as well. And that'll be all I use in Ozone, and then I'll actually use maybe a fab filter combined with a Pultec to do some surgical and some sweetening stuff on the master, as well as something else for the compressor, maybe like the glue from Cytomic, for example. So I'm not really using Ozone for everything, but I do like how you can use it as a starting point, or to just look at your mix and figure out where you're going wrong, where you're falling short, what needs some additional work or some additional massaging to sound good. But in the end, I still prefer my mix. It may be worth doing this one more time, but setting it to the loud setting. But if it, the medium setting only brought it to minus 12, I imagine the loud setting will only bring it up a little bit more, maybe minus 10, meaning my mix will still ultimately be louder. And, due to just bias and all that stuff, I'll probably end up picking my mix, or my master, I should say, no matter what. I don't think that we're there yet. I don't think that you can replace a human being with this device or with this plugin, but I definitely think that we're getting there, and this machine learning is getting a lot better. And I do see how it can help humans make better choices in mixing and mastering situations. So I'm going to do some more videos in the future about Neutron, for example, and some of Izotope's other smart plugins. Very innovative stuff, very interesting. Still needs some development, still needs some work to be fully useful, but I definitely could find some value in them and find a way to get them into my mixes to just make my job just a little bit easier here and there. If you got value out of this video, definitely subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let me know if you want to see anything in a future video. I got more stuff coming every week, like I said, and I'm looking forward to dropping more gems for you guys soon. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
5